Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hi. Good morning. I put olive oil in my hair last night because I do that in the winter. And I must not have washed it all out because my hair is so oily at the top. Lord. I look like, I don't even know what, like someone dumped olive oil at the top of my head. How's everybody doing? Oh, hello from Rome. Father Bob is in Rome right now with the Pope. Thank you to everybody who bought jewelry for this holiday season from State of Style. There is only one sideways cross left. One. We sold out of all the crosses in both colors. There is one left at stateofstyleJewelry.com. But we have a ton of other stuff. If you need gifts for teacher gifts or whatever you might need, you can go to stateofstyleJewelry.com and check out what we have left. I do have dry shampoo. I'm going to need a lot because I am gross. I'm so happy to see everybody. All right, I'm praying for everybody who's asking for it. You know I will. I don't keep baby powder in the house anymore. It causes like cancer and all kinds of shit. Yes, all of the jewelry, socks, bags, everything on stateofstyleJewelry.com is on sale. 50% off. And free shipping, orders over $75. Great deals this morning. So anyway, only one left. Crazy. Yeah, there's socks. There's all kinds of stuff. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what color it is, but how's everybody doing? I hope you all slept well. I actually slept really well. I was watching True Blood last night. I'm obsessed with True Blood. I already saw the whole thing, but I went back and I'm watching, you know, it all over again. But I wanted to tell you guys something that happened on the airplane, and I want to make you aware of this because it's frustrating me that women constantly feel obligated to answer questions from creepy men. And I'm sorry to all the well-meaning men out there, but there are really creepy, scary ones that are ruining it for you guys. So let me tell you what happened. I'm on a flight and there's a man sitting next to me who's apparently like obsessed with aviation. Okay? And I'm on the aisle. He's in the middle. And then there's a flight attendant on his left at the window, right? So he's asking her a bunch of questions, which, okay, fine. You can talk to somebody and ask a bunch of questions, whatever. That's your jam, right? But we land the plane. I stand up because I have like anxiety. I got to get the fuck off the plane. Okay. So I stand up and I'm standing on like the aisle, right? But like I can't go anywhere. Like I'm the first one to stand up as soon as the stupid ding comes on the, plane. Ding. I'm like, oh, I'm up. Anyway, he's asking her all kinds of questions and she's answering them. And then I noticed that the questions turn towards, is this your first time in Birmingham? Okay, friendly. No, we fly in and out of here all the time, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, oh, where do you stay? Where do they put you when you stay here? Now I'm like, what the hell does that matter? But everybody wants to make small talk. So she's like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes at this hotel, sometimes at this hotel. He's like, oh, where are you guys staying this trip? Now, let me tell you something. I wish he would have asked me that. I wish he would have asked me that. But he didn't ask me. He asked the flight attendant. So she's like, oh, I don't know. And pulls her phone out of her bag to look for the information. So I'm like, oh, no. So there's a woman behind them watching this all go down. She's staring at me. And so she pulls her phone out of her bag and turns on her phone and starts looking. So I distract her. I say, how long have you been flying? Right? Because I want to distract her from what she's doing. And he looks at me and looks back at her, annoyed that I've now interrupted their sort of zone, right? She goes, today or total? I go, total. How long have you been flying? She goes, oh, 4 years. I go, oh, that's nice. Whatever. Are you enjoying it? She's like, yeah, I like it. I'm like, oh, okay, good. So I think that's a clear indication to her. Stop what you're doing. You are under no obligation to tell this man where you're staying. And he gives her that body language look back at her phone, like, go ahead, go back to what you were doing. So she instinctually goes back to pulling up the email in her phone. And he's looking at her phone. So I say to her, are you connecting here? Like, do you fly? Is this your home base or are you Atlanta based? So I interrupt her again. And he goes like this. Now, bro, I wish you were mad at me. I wish you would say some shit to me, sir. I wish that you would come out of your face and say something to me so I could check you. This is where I'm at now, right? So she's like, oh, no, yeah, we're Atlanta based. But a lot of times we fly to Birmingham because we do the flights first thing in the morning. Now she's telling every step she's taking. Now people are starting to get their bags and people are moving. So I know I'm going to have to walk, right? So he goes back. He's like, did you find it? Did you find it? Meaning the email about where she's staying. So I look at her like this. And I mouth to her. And she goes, oh, and you could see once I said to her, don't tell him where you're staying, she became aware that this wasn't just like a guy on a plane making small talk. So she now is in this weird energy of like, I'm already looking for it. Now it will seem combative if I don't tell him. See, that's the problem. The problem is that we feel rude. We feel combative. We feel bitchy if we don't tell them the information they want to know. Because we see in the news, girl dies because man catcalls her and she ignores him, which is what we're taught to do. And then they kill us. So I'm like, no. So so she's finally clued in now, and you could see that she's a little bit uncomfortable. So I step out of the aisle now instead of walking so he can get out. And this motherfucker purposefully waits. Like, no, you go. So he's going to hang back with homegirl. Oh no, now you got me all the way fucked up. You see, this is where you got me fucked up because I am not the one. So now I have to check him. I don't want to check him. I don't want to embarrass him. But I say to him, you really don't need to know where she's staying. He's like, I'm like, yeah, it's a little weird. And she's on a public plane and she doesn't need to tell everybody where she's staying. And she's like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, no, it isn't fine. This is what happens to women. We feel like we have to put ourselves in danger to keep the peace. No. I was like, you, let's go. Get out of the aisle. Come on. She can walk with me. And everybody around me now in Birmingham, small town, like half the people know who I am, right? And I'm saying that humbly. Like I'm not, they just do because I have a big mouth and I'm from New Jersey and I was on a TV show. So they know. So the men on the plane were like this. And I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, look around, guys. This is what we deal with. A man questioning this woman over and over about what hotel she's staying in. Like in the 80s, maybe he was trying to smash. In 2019, almost 2020, he's probably trying to gut her like a pig. And I'm not here for it. I am not here for it. No, nope. You're not going to get murdered on my watch. No, I'm sorry. Absolutely not. So I get off the plane and I wait at the top of the jetway. And I wait for him to walk by, and he walks by and he's mad. I don't give a fuck if you're mad with your too tight Wrangler jeans, your serial killer jeans. Get the hell out of here, bro. No, you could be mad. You could give me a dirty look. I don't care. I'll poke your eyeballs out. Then she comes off the plane and I don't want to make her feel bad. So I just smile and say, enjoy Birmingham. We look out for each other here. And she was like, thank you. And I was like, be more mindful. The best part was the woman who came up to me after when I was walking through the airport and she said, I watch Coffee Talk. I knew you were going to say something because his questions were making everybody uncomfortable. And I knew, she's like, Jamie's there. Jamie's going to open her mouth. And yes, I did. Don't act like, no. And you know what? I can't even tell the men because there's not enough that watch Coffee Talk. And the ones that do are not the guys that are going to try to like kill you or something. But what I can tell you is, ladies, stop feeling like you are obligated to give these men any kind of response or attention. What she should have said to him was, I'm not comfortable telling you where I'm staying. And left it at that. Or I don't know what hotel it is. I'm going to find out when I get into the airport. These people are crazy. And I would have had security I would have waited for the pilots. Homegirl just walked off the plane by herself, just walking through the airport. No, nope. Serial killer man in Wrangler jeans. I'm not the one. So I'm just telling you, nobody else said anything. Everybody else heard the questions. Maybe not everybody. That's an exaggeration, Jamie. But I know people around us heard. Ladies, say to other ladies, well, she doesn't need to tell you where she's staying. That's personal. You don't have to be rude. And then wait and walk her off the plane or walk with her or whatever. Because this shit is real. Do you know how many people in Alabama alone, Birmingham, they just found a 20-something-year-old girl shot in the back and twice in the head by her ex-husband. And she had a restraining order against him. She left with him when he showed up at a bar she was at Friday night, and she left with him, probably because she was scared, and nobody said a word, and she ended up dead. No, be the voice, say something. And ladies, stop feeling like you are obligated to placate these people, to answer them, to offer information. If you feel some type of way, trust that. God gave you instinct as an internal alarm system. That is your warning system. That is what that is. When you feel like something is off, stop trying to talk yourself out of it. Oh, I'm sure this guy's a nice guy. This creepy fucking dude asking what hotel I'm staying. I'm sure he's lovely. Yeah, I'm sure he's asking because he wants to send you Bible verses. No. And maybe he is, but he probably isn't. So when your instinct tells you something doesn't feel right, trust that. Trust that. It's like paying for an alarm system and not using it. God literally gave you an internal alarm system. Literally. Was like, I'm going to create every woman with intuition. And then hopefully she will use it. And then we use it, or we feel it, we hear the alarms going off, and we stuff it down because we don't want to rock the boat. No, hell no, rock the damn boat. Seriously, ladies, rock the boat. And yes, obviously, there is a chance that something could still happen, but less of a chance if you speak up for yourself. And I know I'm crazy, and I know I speak out of turn a lot, and I know I'm, have a tendency to make scenes or whatever. And, I understand. Like, I get it. It could have been absolutely nothing, but I didn't like the way it made me feel. And if I didn't like the way it made me feel, imagine how she felt. Once she realized what he was doing, or once she admitted to herself, okay? Because you're not going to groom this woman in front of me, asking her all types of aviation questions that lead to what hotel are you staying at? If you don't get all the way the fuck off this plane, I know grooming behavior. I don't like that. I do not like that. Ladies, keep your eyes open and be aware of when you're being groomed. Don't let these men flatter you. You have to be really smart to be a flight attendant. Shut the fuck up, Jeffrey Dahmer, weird guy. Anyway, I love you all. I need everybody to make it to the end of this journey. I need you to meet your maker when your maker calls you home and not a second before. I don't want any bodies found. I don't want any bullet holes. I don't want any sex trafficking or kidnapping or weird things. I want all women to, unfortunately, always think this could end really bad for me. When you go on dates, drive yourself. When you go to Uber, there's a new part on the app now, that says, do you want to track this trip? Yes, track the fucking trip. I want to believe that there is good in the world, and I do believe there is, but I also want you guys to be painfully aware that there are people out there that want to take you away from your family, away from your children. They want to stuff you in fucking suitcases. And a lot of these people look just like me and you. Jeffrey Dahmer, middle-class white guy. Ted Bundy, upper-class white guy. Like, we like to think these people look like monsters. They look nothing like us. Shit ain't true. Most crimes like that are intra-racial, meaning the person most likely to attack you is the same race as you, African Americans. They are typically African American. Caucasians, they are typically Caucasian. Pay attention to your surroundings. Now, I'm sorry I had to chastise you this morning. I didn't mean to, but I'm very passionate about it because it scares the shit out of me. You know it does. I just came from the Center of Missing and Exploited Children a couple of weeks ago. It's real. It's real. And you should share this video because it's scary and it's real and someone needs to hear it. Okay? All right. I love you guys so much. So much. Okay? Have a great, great day.